So, hey guys, Chauzu here. So yeah, I decided to use my old iPad for time travel purposes, so I can do stuff like this now. But yeah, we did get the data download on global after the maintenance, so we got all the stuff that JP got, so we got all the Sugo-Fest, all the events, the download for the new units. I thought, let's look at all of that. We're getting 5 free multis during this Sugo-Fest, but only one with the new batch, and it comes out together with part 3. So for the first few days it's just filler free multis, and yeah, part 3 is Kinemon Denjiro, part 2 is Oden, part 1 is both of them. The big difference on part 1 this time is that every single legend will be on the Sugo-Fest, except for limited legends like PvP Sugo, Kisna Sugo, Trash Map Sugo, and of course Super Sugo, but everybody else are on it. 10th multi is also new. There's a 50% chance for a legend in every character you get, 50% chance of legend. So while this isn't that special on global, like on JP, I think this is the closest they've got to all red multi, so it's something, but it's on step 10 though, so you need to spend 500 gems to get there. So yeah, I'm not feeling this Sugo honestly, and yeah, the rest is exactly like any part 1 Sugo-Fest we've had recently, so yeah, not worth pulling on. I know many are disappointed, but like it's the status quo right now. Part 2 and 3 are also the same as usual. 30 multis needed for the new units, and the steps are identical to normal. We do have the legend pools live though. I won't be looking at them, but you can look them up yourself, or people will probably make some infographic or something. But yeah, let's take a look at the new units. It's the main reason I did this video after all. I won't be pulling, by the way. I really don't want to reward Bandai for stuff like this, and I felt really bad pulling for Cat and Dog last month. Raizo, Shooter Free Spirit Sai. Special, actually not too bad, removes bind, gives attack boost and orb boost for 2 turns for Shooter and Free Spirit, block orb manip, and end of turn damage for 2 turns. Yeah, this is a special I can see myself using when needed, like specials giving both attack and orb boost are not that common, and that's super helpful for like mini boss stages. So like if the mini boss needs to remove bind, or you need to do block orb manip, or you need to do like end of turn damage, that's very helpful. Removes as effects only 3 turns, which is very weird. It's usually at least 5. Supports basically every other scabbard, and if you get binded, you remove the bind and you apply an end of turn damage. Super good. Basically, if you remove bind and the enemy has resilience, you remove the resilience as well. So won't be useful all the time, but at minimum it removes 1 turn of bind, and it's just a lot more options to remove bind, so I approve. Next up we have Kawamatsu, quick slasher free spirits. And yeah, this unit is pretty basic, does some damage, quick damage. You can use like smoker support, that's nice. It removes the spear and special bind by 5 turns, and adds a plus 0.9 chain boost for 3 turns. So yeah, basically you do some utility and you add extra damage in form of chain boost for 3 turns. So I'm not going to say it's bad, because chain boost specials are actually kind of rare, so I can see this be useful sometimes. Completely remove special bind and add some extra stats to slasher and free spirit. All of these batch have interesting support. For Kawamatsu, if you get special binded, you remove it only for the character for 3 turns, so pretty niche, but like it might be some times where like all you need to do is you want to use Oden special, and that's enough, and you have special bind, like now you can use the special. So it's kind of niche, mainly for mini bosses, I'd say. Ashura Doji, Sai Slasher Free Spirit. 1 times attack inside damage to 1 enemy, reduces attack down by 5, changes slash and free spirit character slots to matching. 2 times free spirit and slasher attack boost for 1 turn, and it can be buffed a bit if you only have slasher or free spirits. I'd say it's very good, like it's very rare to have full board of matching orbs on rare recruits and stuff, and on top of that you get some utility, you get damage buff, you also do side damage, you can run like the treasure map Sanji support for orb boost, and it also makes recovery matching, which sounds whatever, since slasher does have or reaction and stuff, but you do set all slots to recover at the start of the quest too, and that's pretty nice, like not a big deal I'd say, but there are stuff that requires you to consume recovery orbs, and that helps you with that. Also has a pretty good support. When you use the special, you get 1.3 times attack for slasher and free spirit, and you also remove attack down by 1 turn, so at minimum you get 1 turn of attack down removal, and if you want you can also get some small attack boost, but small attack boost is better than no attack boost. So yeah, I'm a fan that all of these have support effects as well. They could have been better, but I take what I get really. Better than no support. Let's look at Kinemon and Denjiro. Slasher free spirit, same in every color. Kinemon Sai, Denjiro quick. Let's look at the captain ability. Slash and free spirit 5 times attack, 1.5 times HP. Small boost of landing on recovery. Recovery changes to Wano. And if you hit with type effectiveness, slots change to Wano. So this is basically Luffy Zoro V2, and I love Luffy Zoro, so I'm a big fan of this, of course. It's a bit boring, I guess. It's just Luffy Zoro, but better, and instead of tandem, it's recovery that changed to Wano. And that's interesting because it means Kinemon Denjiro pairs up well with, say, V1 Oden that makes tandem into Wano, so now both recovery and tandem are Wano. Just one example. Let's look at the solo caps. Kinemon is 4.25 times attack. Denjiro is 4.5 times attack. I didn't see any other difference, to be honest, so it's maybe only that Denjiro is a bit higher attack. But yeah, I'd say 4.5 times attack is perfectly fine when you can get guaranteed Wano, depending on the content. Special, 20% HP cat that goes through all defensive effects. Reduces Rainbow Shield and Death Up by 6 turns. 2.75 times Orb Boost for Slasher and Free Spirit for 1 turn. And you get that plus 500 base attack boost. So basically, HP cut, nice. You can also run Smoker Support again. You get an attack boost together with their Orb Boost. It's a shame they removed Rainbow Shield or Death Up. I'd prefer if it was Rainbow Shield and Damage Threshold, because Kinemon does have the Nami support to set defense to 0. Orb Boost is perfectly fine. Base attack boost is way too low. This should have been at least 1000. Plus 500 is super low. It's like a 1.2 times boost. So pretty ordinary special, but pretty strong. Removes Enrage, removed by 3 turns. They have a perfect crit actually, so that's nice. Otherwise crit is useless, so you take those extra damage. Removes 3 turns of Hunger. I feel like Hunger is a bit random, but sure, we take those. Extra stash to Slasher and Free Spirit. Quick slots is matching, and yeah, it's the same in every form. It's always quick slot matching. So that's nice, you can build around that basically. The big deal with Kinemon and Denjiro, I'd say, is their swap, since they applied the new resistance mechanic. So the normal swap is they themselves get a matching orb and applies a minus 20% resistance, slash resistant. And then for the super swap, it's all orbs are changed to matching, not blocked though. And you add a 50% slash resistance to all enemies, or minus 50%. So basically this is a new mechanic. We need to do testing. From the early info we have, it sounds like all enemies can have resistance now, and if you reduce the resistance, you do more damage. So this becomes like an increased damage taken, but just for slashers. And another important part is that it also stacks with everything else. It stacks with normal increased damage taken, every other damage buff we do. So yeah, it's just more damage, and this is like 1.5 times extra damage, so very cool of course. And then enemies themselves can also apply resistance. I'll probably make some video to talk about the possibilities here, but there's a lot of stuff Bandai can do. Like, Bandai can just say that we don't want a driven unit to do damage this content, but you can still use it. So we just apply a high resistance, so the driven unit won't do any damage, for example. But yeah, pretty cool unit. I'd say this is the star of the batch, honestly. Oden isn't bad though, but yeah, I'm a bigger fan of Kinemon Denjiro, honestly. So yeah, Oden, Sai/Free Spirit, Superclass unit, Captain ability, -1 CD, / Free Spirit, HP 1.35 times, attack 5 times, and you get a 5.25 times if you kill an enemy in the previous turn, and Sai and in slots are matching. That's basically a free 5.25 times attack boost, so it's one of the highest in the game now. And it of course gets higher with Superclass added on top of that. Sai intermatching is interesting since it's common to have units with strength, dex, quick matching for some kind. The only unit that comes to mind right now that could fit well with this is like the Final Tap Law. Basically, if you run that and like Oriaxon, like everything but dex will be matching. And of course, if you're a dex character, dex is matching. So yeah, that's pretty interesting, I feel. Special adds 0.025 to the effect of attack boost and slot or boost that are launched after this special by / or free spirit cards for 3 turns. So yeah, this is a new mechanic. Oden adds a plus, and any attack or ore boost that is used after that gets the plus added, so you get a bit extra attack and ore boost. If crew's HP is 8% or above and special is launched, you get an color affinity boost for / and free spirit by 2.5 times for 1 turn. Otherwise it's 2.25 times for 2 turns, so that's pretty good. And if you already have color affinity boost, you instead get a 2.25 times attack boost for 3 turns. And if HP is low, you get a big damage reduction and a heal. So yeah, pretty versatile unit, I'd say, and you can do some cool plays, like you can get a color affinity preemptively and skip that and just get the attack boost with Oden. I do feel like that the special doesn't do as much as you'd expect from a unit that is supposed to be hyped like this. Enrage, move by 3, normal pinch healing, special limit, new mechanic. I think this is a very cool limit break, but I'm disappointed it's just 3 turns. It should have been 5. I know some will say that this is only good if it removes everything, but that's not realistic. And in my experience, sure, sometimes they do like 9 turns of limit specials, but sometimes it is pretty low, and you can use stuff like Shirahoshi and Manchury to remove it. I've done that a lot of times. Now we have the option of not having to run like Shirahoshi and Manchury or V1, Straw Hat Pirate, stuff like that. We can just run Oden, and hopefully we get more like this so we can remove extra. Superclass, the Scabbard, Roger, Whitebeard, pretty normal. Changes all slots to matching, not block though. Adds a chain multiplier boost and changes slashes to super slasher. Yeah, pretty good, not the strongest, but you get matching as long as not block, and you get the rear chain multiplier boost, which you can stack with chain boost and chain boundary. This is pretty rare, so it's pretty good having this Superclass special. Base stat boost, side matching for crew, perfectly fine. But there's really not much to talk about him. I'll definitely try him out. I'm very happy by his support though. It's for Whitebeard, Roger, and the Scabbard, basically. Final turn, 1.5 times color affinity to slasher. That's really good. And all the units supported are basically slashers, so yeah. This can be used in a lot of ways. I see myself using this a lot once I get these units, so very hyped by this support. So yeah, overall, not the most impressive batch, but Kinemon Denjiro, very strong, no matter how you look at it, V2 Luffy Zoro. Oden, pretty good, but not like a power creep V1 Oden, if you say. It's just pretty decent unit. We get a point event here, which starts after the Kinsuna. It's against Orochi's Oniwa Banshu. It's a stamp collection event. but sadly the rewards are not as good as that implies. There's like no rumble tickets or support tickets and stuff like that. It's just 10 gems, I think. Kaido is a bit more interesting though. It's a blitz, alliance blitz. 6 gems from Shopping Man. You can form this very good free-to-play Kaido, and if you get top 3k in the ranking, you get 40 gems. So I'll be aiming for that personally. But yeah, after this blitz, we usually don't get an arena, so it's like 10 days after that until treasure map. So that will be boring. But yeah, that's our global anniversary. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.